Welcome to Stories with Santa, where I am sharing some of my favorite stories from around the world from the book 12 Stories of Christmas. Today, we are reading The Fairy Christmas. It was Christmas Day in a small eastern country in Europe. Toddy and Tia were alone. Papa and Mama had gone out west to see Grandma, who was ill. They had promised to be home for Christmas, but a big snow had blocked the railroad track, and their nanny was afraid the train would be delayed until the day after Christmas. What a dull Christmas for two little girls, all alone in the great city house with only the servants. They felt so lonely that Nanny let them play in the big drawing room instead of in the playroom. So they arranged all the chairs in a row and pretended it was a snowed-up train. Tia was the conductor and Toddy was the passenger. Just as they were in the midst of it, they heard music in the street, and running to the window, they saw a little boy outside, singing and beating a tambourine. "Why," said Tia, "his feet are all bare." "I guess he forgot his socks and his shoes too," said Toddy. "Let's open the window and ask him." But the great window was too high to reach, so they took Papa's cane and pushed a tip. The little boy smiled, but they could not hear what he said, so they told him to come in and ran to open the big front door. He was a little frightened at first, but the carpet felt warm on his poor bare feet. He told them that his name was Guido, and that he had come from Italy, which is a much warmer country than ours, and that he was very poor, so poor that he had no shoes, and he had to go singing from house to house for a few dollars to get some dinner. And he was so hungry. "Poor little boy," said Tia. "Our mama is away, and we're having a pretty sad Christmas, but we'll try to make it nice for you." So they played games and Guido sang to them, and then the folding doors rolled back, and there was the dining room table all set, as if it had been a big dinner party instead of two very little girls. Nanny said, "Merry Christmas, Guido! I saw you come to the door and know that you were working hard to earn a meal. Please help yourself." He ate a hearty dinner, bigger than he had ever seen in his life. "It is a fairy tale," he said. "Thank you." Just as dessert came on, the door opened and in rushed Mama and Papa. The train had gotten in after all. They were so glad to see their darlings happy instead of moping that they gave them each some extra kisses. You may be sure little Guido never went hungry and barefoot after that. Long afterward he would say, "That was a fairy Christmas." Well, that night, after Tia had said her prayers and was tucked into bed, she said, "Mama, I know something. Whenever you feel sad and lonely, if you will just find somebody sadder and lonelier than yourself and cheer them up, it will make you feel all right." And I think that that was the very best kind of Christmas lesson of love. Don't you?